Okay, tonight's class is about cleaning using the doTERRA product line. And we just wanted to share with you some information that we've gotten about some of the dangerous chemicals that are in the cleaning products that we all bring into our home. I just love this picture. Isn't this a gorgeous house? Wouldn't you love
It
to
is
wake up?
beautiful.
It looks like Lake Tahoe, just so beautiful. And then when I look at it, I go, I wonder what kind of window cleaner they used. And those floors, what kind of floor cleaner did they use? What kind of laundry soap? Did they use dryer sheets? So we're going to talk about some of the swaps that you can make to make sure that your family stays nice and safe. Okay, so there was a study done a while back from a group called Women's Wastes of the Earth, and they commissioned an independent laboratory to test 20 products from companies that you're familiar with, people like Procter & Gamble, SC Johnson, Simple Green. And what this lab discovered was that there were many chemicals inside of the products that led to reproductive toxins, hormone disruptors. So there are chemicals in there that are mimicking your own hormones, and it throws the body off. It causes thyroid issues, allergens, carcinogens, things that actually cause cancer. But here's the kick. None of the chemicals that caused any of those problems were listed on the label. So even if you knew, and they're like tremendously long chemical names, so I can't even pronounce them. So even if you recognize the chemical name on the label, that would be one thing. But these products are considered proprietary. And so the government doesn't ask them to put the full label ingredient list on the package, so you don't even know what you're getting. So we wanted to share some of this information with you tonight. And here's a little checklist that we put together as a group, all of our products that we buy to clean our home, furniture, I won't read them all, but you can see them there, furniture polish to hand soap. And I want you to consider that each one of these products that we buy conventionally, at Home Depot, at the grocery store, at Target, and we bring those into our homes. Each one of those products have a tremendous number of chemicals. And again, things that are on the label, but things that are not even listed on the label. So you could kind of go through and just do like a little mental checklist for yourself and just ask yourself, how many products am I buying from these companies that I'm bringing these harmful ingredients into my home? I put a Facebook post online today and I said, okay, you're going to put your grocery list together, right? You got to go get milk and eggs and hormone disruptors and carcinogens and allergens. No, you don't even think about it. It's true. You don't even think about it. Yeah. So we have isolated 4 different chemical categories that I would like you to be familiar with. And the first one is antimicrobials or antibacterials. And so they're coming to us in things like those hand sanitizers, anything that's an odor eliminator, anything that's a mold and mildew type of spray. And Carrie's going to talk to you more about the dangers that those chemicals pose on your health. And the next category is within the fragrance category. And I read that there are some 200 chemicals that are combined to make one fragrance. So it's a huge, and they don't list, right? They don't list all that stuff. And even if it says it's non-scented, there could be chemicals in there that help it become technically non-scented. So why not, use something that's natural that your body would actually benefit from rather than getting a product into your body that's got a fragrance. And so of course, lots of things, right? Of course, air fresheners like Febreze and that kind of stuff, but even these scented candles, but even Windex, dishwasher soaps, everything. The leather cleaner in your car has that leather smell, and that's not coming from a cow, right? It's coming from combinations of chemicals that are creating that leather scent. So Carrie's going to talk to you more about that too. And then we have a third category, and that's these corrosive type of elements, things that have an ability to eat through grease and grime. And so think about obviously oven cleaners, and these are among the most dangerous of the products that we bring into our home. Oven cleaners and Drano and toilet bowl cleaners, that kind of stuff. And then the last category is, oh, like a liquid solvent, a spray, like a Windex spray, a furniture spray, again, the leather cleaner. And so we're going to talk to you more about what these products do. This isn't new to you, right? You kind of understand that we bring these chemicals into our homes, right? You know this, but it's a great time to revisit the conversation because it's time for spring cleaning. We want to get the houses nice and clean, and maybe this will inspire you to try some of the doTERRA products that you haven't accessed before, and maybe make some products on your own. So I'm going to let Carrie continue, and she's going to talk to you a little bit more.
Okay. There's two categories that we just kind of went over. There's probably many more, but how do we get these into our bodies, and also the two different ways that we can get them in our bodies. But the antimicrobial chemicals found in these products actually create drug resistance in our environment. And as a hygienist, I wash my hands all day. And in the very beginning, we used to have to come to work and wash with the antibacterial soap in between every patient multiple times if you had a hole in your gloves, which happened often. And then over time, we would get rashes and I would get eczema. And so eventually they found out people were getting resistant to antibiotics when they needed it because of these products that we use on a daily basis. And if you remember in the grocery store, all of the products were antibacterial. We thought that was good. Well, then they scaled it way back and said, only wash with those in the morning when you get to work, and at night when you leave, do not do that all day long. And so people are still buying them in the grocery store. So that's a very big problem when you get sick. And over a period of several years, all of us use antibacterial soap. We use the sanitizers. There's just a lot of things in there. So Wendy, are you forwarding it or am I doing it?
I'm going to go ahead and do it from here. But think about all of the COVID concerns that we had and how everybody was using those hand sanitizers.
Yeah.
Yes, and I bring my own. I have it in my purse, so if they require it, I spray it in front of them, and I make my own with doTERRA. But they also have been linked to thyroid issues, and it can also cause weakening of the immune system, which right now we don't want, especially with all the viruses out there. And it can cause children to have elevated allergic reactions, bronchial asthma and eczema. And most people don't think, wow, what did I just clean the floor with? What is plugged into my wall? What candle is lit in the kitchen, in the living room, and the dining room? So, yeah. Nice. She's forwarding mine. And this is a fun slide because it can cause eye irritation. Just having these things in our homes, it can cause bronchial where you're inhaling. You know, you don't even realize that you're breathing it in. Have you ever walked in a room where somebody sprayed in the bathroom and you were choked? Over time, that causes problems. People actually get headaches, and it contributes to cancer. Some of these chemicals contribute to cancer, especially breast cancer in the research. Some people have thyroid problems, which can contribute to hair loss. And I love the one in the middle, the picture in the middle, because look at the shadow on the left and the shadow on the right, kind of crazy. It messes with our hormones. It's a hormone disruptor, an estrogen mimicker. And so whether we understand the definition of all of that, it messes with things that matter. So.
Just admit another person here. Okay. Oh, so this slide is talking to you about the effects of these corrosive type cleaners like the Drano and the oven cleaner, and they're poisonous if ingested. It irritates the respiratory lining. It can cause sneezing and a sore throat. It can cause blindness, burning to your eyes and your skin, nausea, headaches, dizziness, and again, it's a carcinogen. And some of you may know my friend Brooke. She had a cleaning company at Lake Tahoe. And so you think about how many toilet bowls they would clean for these Airbnbs. You know, the turnover rate for those is pretty quick. And so her cleaning girls would go in and they would clean out the ovens, clean out the toilets. And she had one worker that was rushed to the emergency room for burning in her lungs. And they suspected that it was an oven cleaner. So there's got to be a better way. Like, you don't want to bring those into your home. You don't want to get sick, and you don't want to cause anyone in your family to get sick. And then the fourth category was that liquid solvent. So things like Windex and Pledge, the leather cleaners. And so these cause things like liver damage and kidney damage, pulmonary edema, fluid in the lungs, birth defects, autism. It's a carcinogenic, it reduces fertility, and it's an irritant to the eyes and the skin. And some of these things, like the corrosive chemicals, the Drano, the oven cleaner, those are like acute injuries. It typically happens like that young woman that was working for Brooke who had the lung burning. It happens pretty quick. But then some of these other issues is a sustained injury over a period of time. And so, the more you use these products, the more harmful they become to your body, to your pets, to your children.
And I have a story with that too, because I cleaned my floor. I was trying to strip it, the linoleum, and I put something on it that built it up. And so I used ammonia. And that night I got a cold. And the next day I went to the doctor and I had pneumonia.
Yeah.
And I instantly felt the burn. And so I don't use any of that. And we know that ammonia is in Windex, right?
Yeah. We don't even need to use these things. So Carrie, what are the two ways that these chemicals come in to the body?
Well, we inhale them, and that's what this slide is showing. We inhale them through candles. Even if they're soy candles, we don't know what the wick is made out of. That is a Febreze, but we also have other plugins. So we inhale it or we get it through our skin.
Right.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. We saw that already.
Yeah. Oh, we just refreshed her.
What's going on here with my slides? Hey,
you hit some button.
What's going on?
It's a rewind.
Hey.
Oh, how funny.
Isn't that weird? Hang on. We saw this.
We needed to see it again.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that you saw it. Okay, so we have two pathways. Okay, so the first pathway was taking it in aromatically, just breathing in those toxins. And the other way is just getting it absorbs right through the skin. And we all resonated with this slide. So if you read there, it only takes 26 seconds for the cleaning chemicals on your floor to enter your child's bloodstream through their feet. I mean, you're making changes to their DNA and they're just little babies, right? So why not make the change? Let's go ahead and do that. And so.
And what I like is, did you hear Wendy? I want to say it again, making changes to the DNA. Like it affects us for long-term, some are short-term, some are long-term. How can we change this? Some people say I'm overwhelmed when we have doTERRA classes. I've been overwhelmed myself. And so you do it one thing at a time. You don't change everything. You look at your options and you decide, okay, what matters to me most? And you start with that.
That's a really good suggestion. And it's not uncommon. I just heard it from someone today who says that she has a lot of doTERRA products and she's not putting them to use. And so my suggestion would be to contact the person that enrolled you, or we also call that your upline, and say, I need some help. I need to figure out how I'm going to use these things. And it could be that you just need some healthy habits. And we can certainly help come up with some strategies to help you use these products. And in this particular scenario, these are products that you use. These are things that you'll use up. A bottle of essential oil, what is that called? 300 drops in it or something, like you'll have that forever. But if you end up buying a cleaner, you'll go through that. So this is going to help you use your wholesale membership to great effect. So again, we think that there are two ways to get yourself to use the products. And the first way is to start with doTERRA's already made products. And Carrie's going to talk to you about those. And I'll go into that slide next.
Some of the print on these might be a little hard to see, so I'm just going to tell you what they are. These are the dishwasher pods, and they're the Abode line. And I'll talk in just a minute about what that is. But these are just some of the already made products. Sometimes I am a chemist by nature. I love to mix the oils. I love to get recipes. But at some point I'm busy and I order and I buy at Walmart and I go grab stuff because it's convenient and easy. It costs more in not only dollars, but also in physical issues, right? After we went through all of those. So I want to avoid all those things. So I love that doTERRA finally has listened to us, and they have provided some pre-made things. So I don't have to mix my own anymore. And the dishwasher pods are wonderful. The dishes smell good and they're clean. So anyway, that's one of the things, the dishwasher pods. This is the dishwasher soap. And one of the best things is that doTERRA works really hard at making a small footprint on the earth. They want to recycle. And so some of their products have come with different recyclable materials. This particular can is aluminum, so it can be recycled. The glasses are pump. This is a Bode, and it comes in a 4-pack. So sometimes doTERRA gives you even more of a discount. Not only if you're a member, you get 25% off their retail price, but you can also buy in a 4-pack with this. And these are actually glass. And I have one here. It's a tiny little bottle, and you take and you pour it in, and it tells you where the line is. And then you fill the rest with water. So they make things also in concentrate form so that it doesn't cost more to ship, not only in the cost, but also in the box that it has to ship in. So these are one of the things that doTERRA has worked on. And I love the smell of this, by the way.
And this is the multi-purpose cleaner, but we're going to talk more about this one in a couple of minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then this is their laundry pods. And they also have we have another line still. This is the addition to it, but this is our trusty On Guard laundry detergent, and it comes in liquid form. And it's also, it's a concentrate. So it makes 64 loads of laundry. That's a lot.
And it's a pretty small bottle. I love that laundry detergent.
It's small. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the On Guard concentrate cleaner. I have probably in, I don't know, 8 years bought 3 of these. I use it everywhere, but I use a little bit, and little goes a long way. And I have to say that the Abode line is supposed to be complementary to the On Guard line, because some people have said, well, I've already got the On Guard products, I don't need the Abode, but they complement. And as you look through the order site and as you come to classes and find out how people like to use things, there are so many ways to use the On Guard concentrate cleaner, and Wendy's going to talk about that a little bit later too. So then we have the foaming hand wash. Again, it's concentrate, goes in a small amount. You fill the rest with water, or you can even use it full strength. During COVID and the time when everybody was getting sick in our house, I used it full strength in a foam dispenser, and doTERRA has those. So a little goes a long way.
Yeah, and now we've got our free shipping. Have you all heard about that? Mm-hmm. So if you purchase 100 PV, your products are going to ship to you for free. And it's just something that they just started March 1st. It's for US customers only. And, you know, I think if you're ordering from other places online, you know, they have Grove and Thrive and, you know, all those places. I'm not really that familiar with that product line with what they offer, but you know, you're going to pay for shipping in one way or another. You know, you might think it's free, but the product cost is going to have to go up to absorb the price of the shipping. And so in my mind, I might as well just buy it from my doTERRA account. I'm going to save 25% anyway, plus I'm going to get my free shipping. So maybe put a little order together and come up with your new cleaning supplies. I think that's a wonderful way for you to use your wholesale account. So you might wonder, well, what if you order under 100 PV? Are you still getting those shipping points to you? And you will. You'll get 5 shipping reward points. If you call in your order to doTERRA member services, to the customer service angels, then you'll get 2.5 shipping rewards points. But I thought it was important to tell you that you do get the free shipping. And if you have somebody that enrolls, if they enroll with 100 PV or up, they'll also get free shipping. So we wanted to talk to you about the Abode multi-purpose cleaner. It just seems like it's such a little workhorse. I mean, look at how it's so tiny. And it really does so much. And so Carrie says that this is her favorite. Is this your favorite product? Yeah. So can you tell us how you're using it?
Well, I spray it at nighttime in the sink. And we live in Nevada, so it's dry. And, we do cooking in the stove. And so, that grease that gets on your countertop, and you can actually see it. We have light colored everything. And so this actually cuts through the grease. It smells good. I can use it for moldy areas. And I was trying to find a picture of mold that I did have, and I treated it. It's gone around the sink, and I couldn't find the picture. But nothing grosses me out more than black mold. And so anyway, when you find it, this is also called the refreshing blend because it smells so good. And as you can see in the slide, it's free from phosphates, sulfates, phthalates, dyes, and chlorine. And if you look each one of those words up, you're going to go, gross. I can't even believe I was using something with it. But one of the studies that was done, and it's you can snap a picture of it. It's on the bottom of that slide, and it's from PubMed, but it goes over the thymol, and it's an ingredient inside the abode line, but it's good for molds and common bacteria. And it's good for grease, like I was saying, cooking, antimicrobial, but it also kills, the study showed, E. coli, staph, and aspergillus. And it's when I said that it works along with the On Guard, it's not something to replace the On Guard products. It's actually a companion product. So you can actually mix some of them depending on what you're trying to address in your home. So that's just something to know. I still use the On Guard laundry detergent, and I'll use a pod if I have an extra big load or if it's got grease stains on it. So you have to experiment with it. And over time, you'll find that they both work together. I love that this is packaged in that glass bottle, as I had mentioned to you. But I want to tell you about the study because this matters. A lot of people don't know about a lot of these things, but if you look on doTERRA Science, you can find these articles, and you can look up PubMed and just Google search a product. But they took empty Petri dishes, and they put a drop of oil that cut all the oils that are in the abode line, and they put them at Johns Hopkins in with mold and with the E. coli and the staph, the microbes. And they found that not only did it kill all of those things in the Petri dish, but 21 days later, it had killed it. It was gone for 21 days. That's a big deal. And so Nicole Parrish, who works with doTERRA, she works at the Department of Pathology at Johns Hopkins. And so you can actually look this up. She was a skeptic, and her mom introduced her to the oils. And so she decided, if I'm going to use this, I'm going to try it. And so she's the one that did the study. And so they verified the activity of the oils against all of these things, and they call them dramatocytes, which I think is funny drama. When you get sick, there's a lot of drama. And so anyway, doTERRA has taken much detail, and I don't know of any, how do I say, I need to be careful how I say this, at the big box stores when I go pick something up, and I do order through Grove before doTERRA brought out these products. But when I looked up the ingredients and a lot of the things that they sell, great prices, very beautiful oil scents, but a lot of perfume still. So.
Yeah, and you're going to see all of the ingredients listed on our products. There's nothing hidden. There's no reason to hide, so just makes sense to me. Okay, so then I was going to share with you my favorite window cleaner, but is anybody making any products for house cleaning with their doTERRA oils? Does anybody make anything?
I have.
What have you made?
Well, I just use the On Guard when I steam my floors.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
A couple of drops with,
And did it come out good?
Yeah.
And it smelled great?
It did. It smelled wonderful.
And you didn't have any burning or itching or hacking or anything, right? No, I mean, it was fine, right? So this is for the window cleaner, but I remember making the furniture polish, and it has olive oil in it. and essential oils. And I think it had some vinegar in there and whatever else. And so I went ahead and polished my furniture, and I thought, oh my God, my cuticles look amazing. So I mean, they work really beautifully, and they're actually helpful than hurting you. But I do love this window cleaner. I don't know about you, but Windex was just the go-to, right? I think everybody would just go buy the Windex. And when I made my own window cleaner, I thought, oh my God, this puts Windex to shame. This is so much better than Windex. And so it's super easy. I usually just get the continuous mist sprayers, which I love these. They're under the accessories tab, and you get 2 of them. They're 12-ounce bottles, I think. And you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of rubbing alcohol. And what that does is it evaporates the water quickly, so there's no streaking on the window. And I shared this recipe with Kathy and Kimberly and Carrie the last week or so, and they were all like, oh, you put rubbing alcohol in it? Now, this is just the recipe that I found. I didn't make it up, but they weren't using the rubbing alcohol. And I think that this is a good addition. So please know, I don't make things up. I just look online. I'm not that smart. And then you're gonna get the white vinegar. I just buy the cheapest white vinegar.
Oh, that wasn't in the, okay.
Yeah, rubbing alcohol and white vinegar. So 2 tablespoons each of those. And then frankly, you could add whatever essential oil you like. The recipe that I found was for peppermint oil, but when we all got together and we were talking about the recipes, the ladies thought maybe the lemon would be actually better. So if you had anything that was kind of gunky on the windows, it would come off. So lemon or peppermint or whatever you want to use. And then you're going to put those
kisses.
Yeah. What's that? That's like a half-life, right? It's dry on your window, and then you spray it with water, and it's like alive again.
Oh, gooey.
No, but this is a great product. And then you're going to go ahead and fill the rest of the bottle with, I have distilled water, but I just use regular old water. And you can use one of those microfiber cloths. And I go bananas. I do all the windows, and I do the car. I use this for my stainless steel. I just think it's a terrific way to use my essential oils and make a product that works great. And the Windex that we used when we were kids is not even available on the marketplace anymore because it's such a dangerous chemical compound. It's just so dangerous they don't even make it anymore.
How many drops of the oil?
I use 5 in that 12-ounce spray bottle. And it's totally up to you. I mean, the essential oils do have cleaning properties. They're antibacterial, antimicrobials, but they also just smell nice. And so you can pick and choose whatever resonates with you. I do like the peppermint. It's nice. It works great. Again, it's not going to be, how Windex with a paper towel, you're like there for a half an hour trying to get it to dry.
Dogs don't like peppermint, so it's a good thing to deter pests.
Right.
There you go.
Yes.
That's a good point. So that's that. You're welcome to take a picture of this if you want to. And please know I have a ton of other recipes. So we've been working on a healthy home consult. So some of you may have participated in a wellness consult when you were first enrolled with doTERRA. And that was just a way for you to think about what your own health goals were and to use your essential oils to help support your health. That's always available for you. And if anybody wants to talk about that, I'm always happy and available to do that for you. But now we have this healthy home consult. So if you have particular areas of concern and you want to learn how to use essential oils in your home, then please let us know. And okay, Cindy has to sign off. Thank you. Just let us know and we'll be happy to help you out. Okay. Did anybody have any questions about anything that we've talked about tonight? Pretty straightforward, right? Like just get the crappy products out of your house. Like if you look through your underneath your sink, or I would keep a lot of our stuff in the garage. I can't believe how many products there are in there. And so once you start to make your own stuff, you'll be amazed at how versatile one product will be. Like that window cleaner can do so many different things. Okay.
You use that actually on your stainless steel window?
I do. And Kimberly was saying that she uses the Abode multi-surface spray on her ceramic stovetop, which I don't know if any of you have that, but you have to wait till it's cool and then you get like this paste. And so she's just been using the Abode spray and it works great. So again, lots of versatility and very, very, very economical. I mean, the products that you use to make this, I should go ahead and do a cost on it. It's just pennies when you compare it to, you know, getting Windex, and then you have the supplies to make it again and again and again. You'll never run out of window cleaner.
And you don't have that blue in your world.
No, you don't have the blue in the world. It's
Do
really
you have
easy.
do you have a simple recipe for the shower?
I do. Let me get my
with the
emails
hard
up.
water deposits that we have here.
Yeah, let's see if that works for you, but I'm happy to do that. Let me see. I'm going to stop share. I think let's just go ahead and do this one more slide. My slides are being so fuzzy tonight. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know that next week we're going to be talking about ways to perhaps make a little income with doTERRA. And it's not that you're building a business, it's just that you're sharing your essential oil. So we're just going to be thinking about really simple ways for you to help provide products for friends and family and give yourself an opportunity to earn. So that's what our next class is. It's going to be Tuesday, April 5th at 6 o'clock. And it'll just be fun ideas. Again, we're not expecting anybody to be a big business builder. Say that one time slow. Okay, from here, I'm going to stop share and let's go into my Canva account again. Oh, escape. I know how to do this. And let's go home and let's take a look at some of these other recipes that I have for you. So right here, Healthy Home Consult. And I'm hoping that you can still see this. See, can you see that? I think I've lost you.
You have to share your screen.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
There we go.
Okay. You can see it now, Wendy.
Good. This one. This one. Okay. Takes a minute to come up. Okay. So lots and lots and lots of recipes. Let's scroll down. So you are welcome to take any pictures of these that you would like. These are things, most of them I have made, some of them I have not, okay? The furniture polish I did. Obviously the air fresheners. And again, you can, just do a little screenshot here.
I'm not able to screenshot it because I'm on my phone, but where did you find these recipes?
They are ones that I have collected and I had in another ebook called Cleaner Cleaning. And then as I moved into this house, that's like my mom's house, but I was like, I'm really going to be committed to getting rid of some of these other chemicals that I've been using. And actually I had housekeepers when we were in Reno, and I don't now because this house is small. So I wanted to make my own stuff. So I just, doTERRA has their own recipes. So you can always Google doTERRA furniture polish recipe and see what comes up. Okay. The leather.
I wanted to say too, Wendy, that if you have extra hard water deposits on your shower, one of the things you can add is grapefruit. Grapefruit mixed with the vinegar always seems to get things off. It's in a lot of cleaners.
Oh, that's a good idea. And in in your dishwasher too. Sometimes people
actually in your dishwasher, because sometimes where you live, you might have spots no matter what dishwashing liquid you use. Yeah.
And I have used
white vinegar.
I have used this oven cleaner. It works very well. Toilet bowl cleaner. Oh, this is actually a really fun one. This was Kimberly's recipe. This is fun.
Yeah.
Carrie likes this because it's like a little science experiment. So what happens is you pre-mix baking soda and essential oils in one of those Parmesan cheese shakers, and you pour that into your toilet. And then you have a pretty bottle of white vinegar that's sitting with your cheese shaker in your bathroom. And you pour that into the toilet bowl and it,
Oh yeah.
you just get this little chemical interaction and it just scrubs the toilet. And then you just go in with the little brush and it works perfectly and it smells fine. It's really, really good. And so our favorite essential oil combination for that is grapefruit and Siberian fir. It's really lovely. There's my window and mirror cleaner. Carpet deodorizer, I've used this before. And ceramic tile and vinyl floor cleaner, that's another good one. And again, if you want to schedule some time with me, I'd be happy to go over all this with you. Now, if you have a stone surface, marble, granite, travertine, you don't want to put vinegar in that, whatever cleaning solution you put together. So this is your other option. And a wooden
And it
floor
smells
cleaner.
so good. I can't believe I'll never forget the smell of ammonia in my kitchen. And when I use this, the On Guard, it smells so good.
Yeah. And, I've heard through the Premier and Silver Mastermind group on Facebook that when Abode first came out, a lot of people were kind of like, wow, that's really strong. So you can always add, like put some grapefruit in there, put some lemon in there and just make it an aroma that you enjoy. Because it's still going to do the work of getting rid of the black mold and all those bacteria and things. The floor cleaning machine, anybody have one of those crosswave machines?
Yeah.
I was excited to find this recipe. I have not tried this one, but I do have a crosswave. And so I'm excited to do that because the product that I'm using now is really smelly. And that's the other thing with these fragrance chemicals. The manufacturer wants the fragrance to last a long time. So you're living with those toxic chemicals for way longer than you really want to. And here's the mold and mildew cleaner. I have not done this one, but I definitely will. And this one you put into a spray bottle. The ingredients are white vinegar, water, rubbing alcohol, not that dissimilar from the window cleaner, and then 20 drops of Abode. And what you would do is spray it into the shower and you don't rinse it, just let it sit. And I was thinking that it's a good way to go, even if you're cleaning your counters. Carrie said that she sprays the Abode into her sink and you just leave it, right, Carrie? You don't rinse it. Right. No. And it's a good idea to let the essential oils do the work for you for an extended period of time. See if you can leave it on there for 10 or 15 minutes or even overnight if it's your sink. And I do the same thing.
And that's a good point because I do spray. I wipe my counter, I spray it, and then I wipe it with a separate wash rag than I use for dishes because I like wash rags. And then I spray it again and just leave it and walk away.
Yeah.
And the kitchen smells so good.
It smells great. It smells great. So I think overall it's cheaper, it's safer, it's better for you, it's better for the environment because all of these chemicals that we're using end up going down the drain and they find their way into our water. So it's
and
really
I'm sorry, Wendy, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I wanted to show
good.
everybody, if you buy this, they have all the bottles for all those products we went over, the pre-made. They're beautiful bottles. I mean, I love it in my kitchen, love it in my bathroom. But there's a mark on here, that's where you put the concentrate. And then there's another mark at the top. It's pretty small, and that's where you put the water. But what I like is I've had hand surgery this past year, 3 places in my hand. These are small bottles. They're easy for my injured hand to carry. It's not one of those big, tall bottles. And the one that she was showing us, Wendy was showing us, is very light. And I have 2 of them. I actually just bought them and have started to use them too. Yeah, they're super light. And this one's a little heavier, but it's small. But I like it because it goes right under my sink and I spray it down every night. In the morning when we come in the kitchen, everything's clean. And I just love that.
Yeah, it is super. Anybody need any more recipes or anybody want to schedule some time with me? I'd be happy to talk to you about ways that you can use your products, whether it's for cleaning or any product. Sometimes life happens, you just get busy and you have the best of intentions to use your things. And then something happens and you just don't get back to it.
I would like to schedule some time with you to just learn some more of these and then so I could put together something.
I love it. Anybody else want to schedule some time?
Definitely will, but I've been trying to do that for the
6 months I've been ordering.
Right.
products.
Well, maybe Dawn and Susan and I can do it as a little group, and we can, you know, really hold each other accountable to come up with a day and time. And I'll go ahead and text both of you, and we'll come up with something that works. Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay,
You're in Eastern, I'm in Central, and Susan, where are you?
I'm in Reno, Pacific time.
Okay, so you're in Pacific. Okay.
got it all, just about all those time zones covered.
Wow.
Okay. Well, it'll be my pleasure to see you too. It'll be great. Okay, we'll come up with the time. Well,
Okay.
that is class tonight. Unless you've got something else you need to tell us, we are all ears. I'm so happy to see Rebecca here tonight. She came for our pet care class. It was so much fun to have her.
Did I share with you after I got after Scarlett went to the vet and they compared her blood, liver counts and all of that stuff? Did I share that with you?
Tell me again.
Okay, well, they gave me the count from a year ago, which was the liver count was over 1,800. Now it is down to 1,200, but she was saying, that's the good part. She says, but the normal for animals, for pets, dogs that size, is a 200.
Wow.
So she's still way over, but I never did. And I feel bad, but I never did go and start her on the medication. I just started reading about the liver because they wanted to do some kind of weird surgery and stuff. And I said, no, I said, she's almost 13. I'm not going to go to that expense anymore.
Right.
She's had a good quality of life. And I started looking at different things to make her own dog food, which I use brown rice, and I do purchase the chicken in the market that they have for dogs, that's refrigerated chicken, and I use that, and I always put a can of green beans. So that's what I started feeding her with her dry, just a small amount of dry food. So
sounds good to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, seriously, you know, if I was hungry, but she's lost 5 pounds in a year and her count has gone down. And then there was an ALN or something, another test that they had done on her. And it was the normal is 125. And a year ago, it was at 290 and it is now down to 186.
Good job.
And just by using some of my oils, and then of course last time, you know, I started using the frankincense because I was so worried about what to use for the dogs, you know, because I kept hearing how toxin some of the oils were. And so she's been getting her olive oil and her frankincense.
And are you making her the sweet potato bites?
And I do the sweet potato bites. She absolutely loves them. Every morning she's waiting for that.
Good. Well, I really do. And I'm sure you do believe in the power of these essential oils. Yes, Susan.
I do. So I'm anxious, like when she goes to her next appointment, you know, and if they do, I want to see how well that has, you know, obviously it's doing something. So.
Absolutely. And so Susan, did you have something that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I wanted to share, give you some feedback from mouth cleaning episode or class that we had.
Oh, yeah.
I ordered the both the mouthwash and toothpaste, and 2 hours before my flight was leaving to Orlando from Reno, my crown came off. So I had to deal with that amongst a miserable, it was a vacation from hell. But I got back home 11 days later, and I went to a new dentist, have him put the cap on, and looked at my mouth and put the cap on. He says, "Ma, you must have just had your mouth cleaned, your teeth cleaned." I said, "No." And he said, "You don't have anything anywhere." And I was just like, really? And it literally has been 1 year since I had them professionally cleaned.
Wow.
And I am so happy with those 2 products.
Oh, Susan, that's really great. I'm really happy to hear that.
And that's the mouthwash?
The On Guard mouthwash and the On Guard
Okay.
toothpaste.
And the toothpaste, good. Yeah, the toothpaste
Good
helps
for you.
with bleeding and inflammation. And yeah, good job.
And we've got the expert right here. Actually, she's sitting.
I was just going to say my head is spinning with stuff because you said cancer and then you said other things, and I can tell your mouth is dry.
Absolutely. You can see that my lips are sticking to my teeth and it's hard to
I can't see it, but I can tell just by hearing you talk. And so you're using the best products, really. And really you can use that mouth rinse several times a day, and you can use it. Yeah, you can. And you just don't want to hold it in your mouth for more than that minute, because you don't want to, your gums are a little more sensitive when you have an issue, you're like cancer, you're being treated for something, but you can use it more often. And can I ask you if you get nauseous or sick to your stomach?
No.
You don't? Good. Okay. What were you going to say, Wendy?
I wanted to ask you, when you use the mouthwash, it's got like a little decorative cap on the top. Can you tell us how much of the mouthwash we should use?
Decorative top, you don't want to use that much. It's really just for looks on your counter. What you want to do is pop that off and take off the lid, and you only need that lid amount. And some people are sensitive to the taste, especially if you have a dry mouth, because my mom has a very dry mouth and she has a partial and dentures. And so anything you add to that is going to just make everything more creamier, if you will. And so what you want to do is you want to take and just use a small capful. If it's too concentrated and it feels burny, and it can when you have a very dry mouth, you should maybe put it in the bigger cap, the decorative cap, just pour that little bit in there and then add water. Then you can use the decorative cap. That's a good point, Wendy. But you can use it several times a day. It will not hurt you. It will not make your mouth more dry. All the glycerin
obviously helped me.
Yeah.
Well,
good.
and the fact that the bleeding is beautiful. So good job. Yeah. But I mean, there's science behind it. So I'm so grateful. I wish it cured dry mouth, but it will help prevent cavities. And I don't use anything else. That's all I use are those two. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know
salt water?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pardon me, Susan?
I just said, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'll tell you, your tissue is very tender when you have a dry mouth, so you have to brush super gentle, and everybody should brush for at least 2 minutes.
I brush for 4 minutes twice a day.
Wow. Thank you. That's beautiful. Oh, yeah, a minimum. Yeah, I love it. Good job. And extra soft toothbrush. You do not want medium or hard.
See, you never know. You never know what you're going to get when you come to class. You don't know.
I know. This makes me so happy. Really soft.
The mouthwash on my next order.
It's really good. You'll be happy to have it. And
it's
I know Kimberly,
hundreds.
She gargles with it too. So if she's got like a phlegmy throat, she'll gargle.
Yeah.
It.
And I put you can put your, and sorry, I don't want to invade in personal privacy, but I have 2 guards that I wear at nighttime. So if there's a dent or partial, we don't have to say it on a recorded video. I put a little bit of that in, and I soak my upper and lower retainer all day long in water with a little bit of the mouth rinse. And then my toothbrush is in there in the water all day. I dump out the water, change my cup out, and I soak it all night long and all morning long, especially with COVID, especially with all the bacteria that we are being introduced to. We don't have to mask anymore here, but some places you do, and it increases your cavity rate. I wish I had a number, and I won't say because I'm not for sure, but a lot. Pardon me?
Did you say increases?
It increases people's chances for more bacteria, dry mouth, and even the masks get on your lip, and people have had eczema and mold. They get a bacterial infection, and the mouth rinse helps with that because you're still putting it in your mouth. It gets absorbed in your skin. I wouldn't put it on the outside of your mouth. I'm just saying that if you have to wear a mask, it's a priority. I wore it before COVID. I mean, I wore masks before COVID, and I used the mouth rinse before COVID, and I never got a rash around my mouth or my face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you so much. Great information, right?
Good.
Really.
Yeah. Thanks for asking, Susan, and telling us. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Perfect. Well, good night, everybody.
Okay, good
All right,
night.
Thank you.
Bye.
And I'll be in touch with Dawn and Susan.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Wendy.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Good night.
everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
Leah.